Everyone here?
Everybody that was outside here.
Okay, good. Welcome back.
Thank you. There's some back on Zoom.
Yeah, everything's back on Zoom.
Well, we discussed the petition. And I think we've come to a decision. I don't know if we need to discuss anymore or if we just want to make our
I think
opinion.
we need to.
You want to do the motion? You want me to do
Yes.
the motion?
Well,
Would you like to make it?
Okay.
Well, first of all, this is a very tough decision for me and I think my colleagues on council to make. You know, you can use technicalities sometimes for your advantage when you firmly believe in something, or reject technicalities when it's also beneficial to you. And first of all, I am a member of city council who just a few months ago unanimously passed the zoning code, recognizing the very hard work of our planning commission, who I think put a ton of work into it, made very reasonable changes based on public feedback, as did council. We made very reasonable changes as well. A group came, and I think in some cases, for lack of a better word, bullied, harassed, and put out misinformation. Having said that, I also recognize that 348 voters signed a petition with the intent of repealing the zoning code. We live in a democracy. And as much as this pains me to put this on the ballot, I think it's the right decision. It's not a decision that I'd like, because I truly support our very hardworking residents on planning commission and my colleagues on council. But I think sometimes in a democracy, you make decisions that personally you don't agree with, because we live in the United States. My statement before we carry on with business.
Okay.
Mayor.
Here. We are going to reject the petition based on its deficiency, or I'm gonna make a motion that we reject the petition based on its deficiency. I need a second, and so we can vote on that.
Do we need the language from?
Not yet.
I'll second. Okay.
Second that.
Jamie Melky.
Yeah, what, can you repeat them? Okay.
Yes,
Jen?
Mayor Mugera made a motion, seconded by Nancy Rondell, to reject the petition based on in adherence with city charter. If that's acceptable to language.
Close enough.
Jamie Melky.
Yes.
Nancy Rondell.
Yes.
Matt Mugera.
Yes.
Michael Behrman.
Yes.
Kathy Macho.
Yes.
Okay, and then I'd also like to make a motion that the city council put the repeal of ordinance 394.
439.
439, excuse me, I'm dyslexic tonight. On the ballot in November with the language that I will have Attorney Raymer read off to you.
shall ordinance number 439 be repealed, that is entitled, an ordinance to amend, revise, and restate chapter 50 of Title 5 of the Code of the City of Harbor Springs by adopting a revised zoning code of the City of Harbor Springs, accepting only section 50.30311 of the existing zoning code, and to amend section 50.303 thereof, and to amend, revise, and restate section 79A 1051 of chapter 79A of Title 7 of the City Code of the City of Harbor Springs, and to amend, revise, and restate sections 60.402 and 60.403 of Article 4 of chapter 60 of Title 6 of the City of Code of the City of Harbor Springs. Shall that be repealed?
Thank you.
That was the motion, correct?
That's a motion, correct?
I second.
I will do a roll call. Michael Behrman,
Yes.
Kathy Macho,
Yes.
Jamie Milky,
Yes.
Nancy Rondell,
No.
Matt Bogira.
Yes.
Motion carried 4-1.
Managers report?
Yes, there, a lot of the updates were in the, city newsletter. We have received questions about people, not being able to hear in the audience, so we're actually, I'm working with IT to figure out some solutions. We have contacted the company that has installed their equipment. The problem is, it's probably gonna be expensive because equipment that was installed was specifically just meant for to get the speaker, the microphones going to Zoom. So there's gonna be an issue with feedback. So there's potentially hearing assisted devices that might be a cheaper option. If people have trouble hearing, but putting microphones on here and rewiring the system could be costly. So just letting you guys know that I'm looking at the options. The side of this room, remember, many of you were on council, but when we made the decision originally was when the experts came here, they said the side of this room was too small to have microphones playing. It just didn't make sense. But of course, we have sometimes soft-spoken people, or we're speaking to each other to the audience, so the audience can't hear. So still looking into it. Hearing assisted devices might be an option. It might be the cheapest and best option for those who can't hear. But there's no perfect solution, so just FYI with that one. As far as our substations going, we finalized a contract with, we did finalize a contract with Virginia Transformer, so the transformer is gonna be built and on its way. Thanks to Jim Raymer and Michael McGee, and our electric engineer, for doing a lot of work on that one. We are also still securing easements from residents on M119 to bury electric lines. This is a project that's been going on the project's been going on for several years. But this recent phase has been going on for about 1.5 years, 2 years, where we're trying to get our lines away from the bluff side of M119 going west out of town onto private property, so we're out of MDOT's right away. So we've collected a lot of easements. There's still probably about 10 or so on M119. Then we have associations like Forest Beach and Pine Trail that have other easements that they need to sign for getting down the hill. So we're still working on this project. It took longer than expected, but getting 2 different engineers, city attorney, and myself, and then all the residents together to get these easements it's been a process. So as you saw, there's other updates there from the Parks Board. A lot of these things, one of the big things that you'll be seeing at the next council meeting is Kiwanis Park renovations. We put out an RFQ for that. We had a couple of responses, so council will select an architect to design that with the confines of the money that we do have, which is a little over $500,000, to make any changes from the Parks Board and Parks Department recommendations. The Bluff Stability Committee is having a meeting on their best practice guidelines, a draft of that they put together. That meeting is on August 21st, 11 a.m. So that's for a public input session they want, especially the people on the bluff, but also anyone from the public can come in and give their input. Planning Commission discuss short-term rental ordinances, and at their August meeting, which is next week, I believe, or the week after.
15th.
The 15th, next week, they will be having a hearing on the short-term rentals, any potential changes to that code. But that might, as we discussed, might need to go on pause because it's related to the zoning ordinance that we just adopted in May, so there'll be some questions about that. And then the tree board has discussed vegetation management policy options and Arborfest details. You'll probably see something about vegetation management plans and landscape plans in the next month or so from the tree board on that. Everything else is kind of been busy on the social media and website, but everything else is according to plan. So, any questions on what's happening?
Your old business?
It's a hand up here.
Yeah. I'd say we're done.
That's his support time. Jim.
Well,
We're done.
No.
Excuse me, we're done. This meeting's adjourned. Thank you all for coming.